TIFU trying to kiss my daughter's boo-boo.
My daughter's 3 and has her own big girl bed. She's in that I'm going to find random excuses to get out of bed after you took me in phase, which is beyond irritating. As I was rounding the dark hallway outside her room, she walked out holding her hand with her other hand, finger pointed out. She began mumbling what I thought was "Mommy, I have a boo-boo." This was a new tactic, but okay. In my haste to get her back in bed, I quickly bent over and kissed her finger, and right away noticed her little smirk as I realized my mistake. She wasn't telling me she had a boo-boo, she was telling me she had a boogie. After completely grossing out my husband, he tells me she pulled the same thing last night. Thanks for the heads up, Dad. My attempts to wash the taste away with wine are proving futile. You've won this round, little one, never again. Dear, I kissed my daughter's finger thinking she had a boo-boo but was actually a boogie. Summarizing this is making me nauseous again. When my niece was very young, she said to my mother-in-law, "Boo-boo eye." When my mother-in-law checked to see where my niece's eye was hurt, she poked her in the eye. She was offering a boo-boo.
I know your post is not seeking advice, but as a mother of a 3-year-old who also went through this phase and wanted to die, I'd like to share what worked for us. Oftentimes we would put him to bed and tell him we would come back but then not come back. This caused him to get out of bed to come looking for us. A friend recommended that we actually do come back. So on the first night we tried it, we told him, "I'll be back in 5 minutes to check on you." I set a timer and came back 5 minutes later. I just patted him on the back, told him I was there to check on him, and then told him I'd be back on 10 minutes. I came back in 10 and did the same thing. We repeated the process until he fell asleep. Over the next few nights he ended up staying in bed. I can't tell you the last time he snuck out after we left his room. I think we broke the trust when we left the room and said we would come back and stay in bed in the beginning. After re-establishing that trust, he stayed in bed. There have been times where from my bedroom I'm yelling how many more minutes he has to wait for someone to check on him, but hey, at least he is still in bed. Hope this helps.
Just be glad it wasn't poo-poo. My toddler has been sticking her hand in her diaper, crying face, crying face.
I was expecting I have boo-boo, boogie is better.
Apparently when I was a baby/little child I would escape my crib or bed and eat raw mushrooms from the fridge. And I also knew how to open and unlock/lock doors.
After reading a fuck ton of comments, I have concluded that toddlers are evil geniuses.
Ah yes. The "I have a boogie" move. Both my boys use that about the same age. Now 7/8 they still won't stay in their goddamn beds. Good luck, smile.
Arg. Sorry. That's horrible. Kids can be so gross. I used to think I had a good immune system. Then I had a kid and I realized I just didn't have anyone using my face as tissue. My daughter is also in the "find random reason to get out of bed after being tucked in" phase. It is irritating. My kid really knows how to pull on the heartstrings sometimes though. She'll ask for another hug and kiss and tell you she's keeping them with all the others you gave her. So sweet, but stay the f in bed. Then I feel like a horrible person. The way I thought this was gonna go. My son told my wife he had a boo-boo once and asked my wife to kiss it. She said of course and asked where it was. He said it was on his pee-pee. Wine won't take care of that. You have tequila? Mine went from that to sticking his finger up his nose so often that one of the veins weakened, leading to copious nosebleeds anytime he went hunting for those sweet, sweet bogeys. Of course, this was only when he was in bed. Because Mum can't tell you to quit picking your nose if she's not in the same room. Being woken up at 2 a.m. by a small child doing his best impression of Carrie still haunts me decades later. It took a few blood-soaked nights and me sitting there silently, in the semi-dark, holding the bridge of his nose, to convince him that maybe picking his nose wasn't the best idea. As a non-English speaker, It definitely wasn't very straightforward to find on Google what boogie meant lol. Sorry this happened to you. Now is the time to teach your kid a valuable lesson. When she next hurts herself, you can tell her that you don't kiss boo-boos anymore because she tricked you into kissing her. Boogie. It's never too early to learn about, fuck around and find out. Could have been worse. She could have had an itchy butt. I thought it was going to be, "Mommy, I have a poo-poo," and was relieved it was only a booger. I thought you were going to tell us it was poo-poo, so the booger seemed less gross lol. Could be worse? She could have said doo-doo. In Japan it's common if your kid has a runny, blocked nose just to suck it out with your mouth. Then spit it out. I know this because I watched my step-mom do it to my 2 younger sisters, and even writing this makes me want to vomit again.
Good mom.
Ah, yes. The old boogie on the finger trick. Many of us have died on this hill.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Ericast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.